Hey guys, welcome to episode 28 of MorWrestling's podcast. There's no Dylan today as he's stuck at work, so just me, Zakk Rolfe, joined today by women's wrestling head coach at Elmira College, Cody Griswold. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. You guys are doing an awesome job with this podcast. I've been listening lately, and it's awesome. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're just trying to put some content out there, kind of keep New York relevant as best we can, while also, talking about what's going on around the country overall. I'm really excited for Last Chance this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, so tell me about yourself a little bit. Take me back to day one. Like, how'd you get started in wrestling?
I got started early. I think, I was actually born here in Elmira, New York. I moved to Connecticut in like second grade. And the town we moved to didn't have wrestling at the time. So my dad drove me, I think it was like 25 minutes up to New Fairfield in Connecticut, and they had a youth program going, so I started there. But yeah, my dad wrestled, my four uncles wrestled, my grandfather wrestled. One of the cool things actually is my grandfather, he's from Elmira, and he helped start the Elmira High School wrestling program.
Oh, wow.
I wrestled
for Elmira.
Oh, no way, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's where I went to high school, so.
Yeah, so it's a cool, kind of roundabout story, but wrestling's been in my blood since forever. So I started in second grade, wrestled there in New Fairfield, at their youth program for a year. And then when I came into third grade, New Milford, the town I'm from, started a youth program. It was their first year as a youth program. And, I wrestled there all the way through high school. It was cool. It's kind of like that, me and the guys that started then kind of all wrestled through. And, we saw a success at the high school level that the youth program did. And Dr. Duback is one of the guys who helped start that, and he's done an amazing job. But yeah, so I've wrestled since I can remember. It's always been an important part of my life.
Yeah. So what were you doing before you came to Elmira?
So I was working up in Vermont, and I was coaching a high school wrestling program. And then at the same time, I was teaching at a high school, and I was working as a behavior analyst. And then kind of 2 years before that, I was a physical education teacher. So I was always kind of involved in the educational side of things and coaching wrestling as well. So
how'd you hear about the Elmira job overall?
Yeah, so I was actually one day I was like scrolling through Facebook or whatever one day after work or after practice or something, and I saw something pop up and it said Elmira College adding wrestling, and I was like, holy smokes, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm originally from here. My parents live here. Both my sisters live here. All my aunts and uncles, everybody lives in this area. And my parents been trying to like reel me back down here for a while since I've been up in Vermont. And I don't know, I saw it and I was like, holy smokes, this is, an incredible opportunity. And it almost was like, this job is destined for you. So, I emailed the athletic director, Renee, right away. And I was like, hey, I'm interested in this program. It seems like something would be perfect for me. And this was before they'd even really posted the job or anything. And, they were just in the early process of talking about it. So that's how I originally found out. And like I said, I think it was, almost destined to be when I saw it. I was really, really excited.
Kind of like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I said, with my grandfather and kind of being back from this area and helping start the Elmira high school program, it's just an incredible opportunity for me to now come in and help start the Elmira college program.
Yeah,
something I'm really, really excited for.
Yeah, and you kind of had you've seen what building a program from the ground up does, right? When you were, out in New Milford, you saw that kind of build itself. So, you got the experience, plus you talk to your grandfather, get advice on how he did it all, right? So
absolutely.
Good fit for sure. All right, so have you started recruiting yet?
Yeah. So we've been recruiting. So it's been, almost, just about a year. I saw like on my memories, whatever, we were packing up stuff in Vermont about a year ago, like today. I think we moved down here officially like the 26th or something. So we've been here about a year. When I first got in, we were able to bring in six student athletes.
Oh, wow.
3 of them decided to kind of stay home this year when they first got here with COVID and everything. Classes we were in person and then it got shut down and we were online for a bit. And they decided to go home for that. We had 3 wrestlers stay on campus this year, which was exciting. They knew we weren't competing, but it was a great opportunity to do some like real one-on-one coaching, build some of those relationships with them. So that was awesome. But yeah, so we've been recruiting hard. just nonstop, really. We have 6 commits so far for next year, and then I got about 30 student athletes that are accepted into the college. I got a handful that I'm still talking to right now. But yeah, we got 6 tough girls coming in next year that I'm really, really excited for. I got a couple pretty good ones that are, in the waiting that I think are going to kind of commit here pretty soon that I'm super excited about. But yeah, that's been the thing, is just recruiting hard right now. I went down to Florida to go do some recruiting down there at the state tournament. I went to Ohio. I've been down in Pennsylvania. Wherever there's wrestling, I'm trying to get there and see some of these student athletes in person. That's a big thing right now. But yeah, so I've just been recruiting hard like that. A lot of emails, a lot of phone calls. I know my fiance is like, you're always on the phone. Just making phone calls, always trying to get in touch with people, tell people about Elmira Wrestling. But yeah, it's been, obviously, with coronavirus and stuff, it's been a little more difficult than normal. Like I said, it's just about a year ago and about a week since I've been here, and that's been like the peak of the virus, you know what I mean, at that point, right. The shutdowns and stuff. So it's been tough getting people on campus, really, but we've been super creative with stuff. I've been trying to do a lot on social media. We've been doing like virtual tours and stuff. So if you get an application in, you get accepted, and you're interested in Elmira College, but you can't make it here. One of the things we're doing is I'll send them, like kind of like what we're doing right now. I'll send them a Zoom link. I'll be on the phone. I'll have 2 or 3 of the girls on the team currently, and sometimes we even have an admissions counselor there, and we'll go do the full tour. They can ask questions and talk to the girls and stuff like that. So we're doing what we can.
There,
yeah, absolutely. I think it would be beneficial kind of moving forward. There's a lot of tough wrestling in Florida, a lot of tough wrestling in Texas and California and Washington, especially for the women. Those are some powerhouse states.
Right.
It can be hard to get out here regardless, you know what I mean, for a visit. So that's been beneficial. I think it's something we'll kind of continue to do once we can put, the virus behind us. So.
Yeah. Are you focusing more towards folk style? Like, are you going to more folk style tournaments or freestyle tournaments, or are you just kind of finding?
I'm going to whatever I can. Yeah, whether it's a folk style tournament, freestyle tournament, if there's wrestling and they're letting spectators and coaches come in, I'm there. One of the things I keep telling a lot of student athletes is, if you're in Elmira College and you don't have much freestyle experience, that's okay, right? If you love the sport of wrestling, if you're passionate about it, you want to get an incredible education, and you want to wrestle at high level, you can come here to Elmira College. We'll coach you up. Like I said, with that education background, teaching is a big thing for me, and really breaking down the sport and teach them the rules and the moves and the scoring and stuff like that.
Right.
That's on us. But if you want to learn, you're coachable, you love the sport, freestyle experience or not, like get up here and let's learn. So.
Yeah, so the listeners who don't know, right, like women's wrestling in college is all freestyle, right?
Yep.
So, girls are wrestling folk style all year long, and the ones who, the good thing that we're getting into at this point with the way women's wrestling is growing, more girls are seeing that there's college opportunities, but they may not know that it's freestyle, or they may not even know what freestyle is, right? I mean, some girls are just. They're like, oh, hey, there's a guys wrestling team. That sounds like fun, and they're gonna go wrestle folk style. They don't even know the world afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it. Have you talked to any girls that are like, I've never wrestled freestyle in my life?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I got a girl on the team right now. Her name's Leslie. She's from California. Awesome. She's great in the classroom. She works really hard. She's everything you'd want on a team. But when she got here, we were going in, and I think it was like day one, like our first team meeting. And she's like, oh, man, the guys get to wrestle folk style. Like, we have to wrestle freestyle. And I was like, whoa, we get to wrestle freestyle. You know what I mean? They have to wrestle folk style. And she's like, yeah, maybe. I think, about a month ago, she was, like, fired up. She loves freestyle. She, she likes throws. She's good on her feet. And she's all about it now. And once people are finding out about it and getting into it and doing it, I think they love it. I think that 30-second break after that first period is
right.
Is one of the things that definitely makes the people like it a little more. But yeah, it's fun. It's fast paced. It's high scoring, and like I said, once you kind of get going with it, it's awesome. And a lot of things kind of translate as far as you're still going to need a good setup. You're still going to need to finish fast. There's a lot of things that translate, and once we kind of break down the scoring differential, I think we're we're coming around. So yeah, a lot of student athletes are really enjoying it, and yeah, it's good. It's great. I love it. I think, I've had a couple of girls say, like, how come the men wrestle folk style and we wrestle freestyle? And my thought is, if we kind of started from scratch and just started men's wrestling at the college level, I think we'd probably go towards the freestyle if we were gonna, just scrap college wrestling and start all over.
I totally agree.
They don't even really know. Some people don't really know that we're the only country that wrestles folk style, right? And all these other countries are wrestling freestyle and Greco, and I think you're seeing the benefit now. A lot of these girls coming right out of college and making world teams, going on Olympic teams, and being competitive. I think those 4 years of college wrestling, freestyle, I think it's beneficial for us. So
the way I kind of make the argument, right? If you look at American wrestling, just look at men's freestyle right now, like where we are right now, and we're top 2, top 3 in the world every year, right? Where if you look back 20, 30, 40 years ago, we might have been top 10, maybe top 15.
Maybe, yeah.
But then there's those outlier years like 95 when we won the world title, but like those are outliers.
Right.
Women's wrestling just started, I believe it was 2006.
I think so.
Was incorporated in 2006, and we're already competing for world titles every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, if you look at that, the way it was programmed, where they're wrestling freestyle from day one all the way through, they don't get to wrestle folk style, right?
Right.
So I mean, you can see why, like, we should have done the same thing. I don't know what on God's green earth made them say, let's go wrestle a different style. Let's make something different just for us. Like, I don't know why we did that, but that's where we're at.
I think one of the benefits too is, with the, that kind of American style, the hard work, the grind, the great shape, they're getting a lot of that, in the folk style level too, at the high school level. And obviously that continues on. So you're getting kind of the best of both worlds at the college level here in America. So I think it's going to be beneficial. I think we're going to see some really good things coming here in the future for us. And it's growing so fast, and it's awesome. So.
Yeah. All right. So what qualities in a recruit are you looking for most right now? Like as a starting program, like what's the top 3 qualities you're looking for?
Yeah. So right now, the biggest thing we're looking for, bringing and building a new program, it's going to be huge on establishing good culture. That's kind of baseline number 1. So I'm looking for good quality people, like, people that are going to work hard, people that love the sport of wrestling, and they want to put their academics first, right? If you're willing to come here, like our team motto is hard work wins, right? So if you're willing to come here and work hard, both in the classroom and in the wrestling room, then that's, a big check for us. That one of the things we're looking for. And then character, just genuine good people, want to come here and kind of live a life they can be proud of, some of their parents would be proud of, just good, genuine people that love the sport of wrestling, want to put their academics first and foremost, come here to get a great college education at Elmira College. You're not just going to get a college degree, you're going to get great education here. And love the sport of wrestling, want to work hard, want to improve at wrestling. One of the things I've said is whether you're a first-year wrestler or an All-American 4 times in high school, if you love the sport of wrestling, you want to work hard, then it's a good place for you.
So I understand you're looking for an assistant, like a volunteer assistant coach at the moment.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the position and what you're kind of looking for in a candidate for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I actually had reached out to you about that and a couple other coaches, just someone around in the area. One of the things right now we're looking for is just a volunteer assistant for the time being. Hopefully we can, I want to run some camps. I want to run some clubs. I want to run a couple different things, and that we can bring some income in to help supplement and pay that position. Someone who's wrestled, preferably at the college level at some point, or was successful in high school. Someone who loves the sport of wrestling and wants to work hard and just be in the room. And we need some more people helping reach out and do a little bit of recruiting. Someone that's if you're looking to get to a college level position one day, I think this would be a great stepping stone to get in here and help out with us. A female would be awesome. I know one of the things that I said in my interview when I was talking with Renee during that whole process was, I'd love to really bring in a woman to help out and coach. I think that would be really beneficial for our program as well. I'm hoping to try to do that through a grad assistant position, hopefully next season, if everything works out. But yeah, like I said, right now I'm just reaching out to people in the community. If you love the sport of wrestling, you want to be involved, some freestyle experience would be excellent. But we're just looking for some other coaches to get in here and help us get things going. You look around at all the other really successful college wrestling programs. It's not just one coach doing the whole thing. They got a great staff of people in here helping out, whether it's, checking in with students on study hall on Tuesday and Thursday nights that we run, or in the room and sending emails, talking to people. The more people talking about Elmira College wrestling, the better. So, yeah, thanks. I appreciate you putting that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So pivot just a little bit, right? Still talk about women's wrestling overall, but like, what kind of things do you think can be done in the women's wrestling community to kind of grow the sport even more than it's kind of exponentially going up, right? But like, what other things do you think we could be doing right now that'll continue that jump?
I think just the more coaches, the more people that are out there that are open to bringing in girls and getting them to wrestle. I think, there's still at some places potentially like kind of an older school mindset of like kind of boys only wrestling type thing. And I think the more we can improve on that and get more and more girls wrestling, the better. I think the more states that can sanction girls wrestling, the better. I think that's the big one. I know a lot of states are saying, hey, we need this many and X number of girl wrestlers or X number of teams, and then we'll sanction it. I think they're kind of doing it the wrong way. It can be challenging. Walking in and joining a wrestling team, no matter who you are, is intimidating, right? Absolutely. Day one, wrestling's going to humble you so fast, right? And it can be intimidating to walk into a wrestling room. You have people yelling, sweating, bleeding, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely. It's a hard-nosed sport. And if it's kind of stuck as like a boys-only thing, and it can be even more challenging, right? And you've seen a lot of girls come in and do an incredible job. But I think if some of these states would start putting these things first and say, hey, we're opening up women's wrestling and girls wrestling at the high school level, and here's this team, and we're sanctioned, we got a state tournament, I think you're going to see the numbers flock to those states. And, there's a lot of states that have already done it, and they're doing a really, really good job with it. I think it's just challenging when you place a number on it and say, hey, we got to get here before we do this. Like I said, then it becomes that issue of walking in the door to join a team. But I think if they lay it out, I think that would really help things. And there's a lot of great organizations that are doing stuff on social media and different things like that, and webinars, talking to coaches and sending out flyers. And it's awesome. You know what I mean? The sport is growing. The more families we can get involved in this sport, the better. Just look at like my family and so many other families across the country, how beneficial wrestling has been for them. The more we can get in, the better. So I think just being open-minded and continuing to advertise it and talk about it. Here on a podcast, people listen to it, hearing about it. Right. What I mean? That's awesome. So
yeah, that's kind of where New York is right now too. Like we're being told. I mean, we're being told right now that we need to have, I think it was 3 or 4 teams per section, and we need, I think it was 6 sections to have those teams in order to. And at that point, it's just to give us an opportunity to be the emerging sports status, like how NCAA just got that for women's wrestling, right? But at the New York level, they're going to give us emerging sports status if we can get that many teams. And then that allows us to get a committee to then continue to build and get to the eventual sanctioned state tournament. But hopefully we're getting closer to that. COVID put a whole damper on the whole thing. I mean, there were so many plans set up to kind of get that in place, but COVID shut the whole country down and put women's wrestling back probably a couple of years, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was tough. I know. I was talking to a couple different New York coaches on some different like Zoom calls and stuff when I, at first kind of taking the job, that were looking to continue adding girls and figuring out different things to do. But anyone else that's listening to this, if I can help you guys in any way here in the state of New York with your coaches, reach out. Let me know what I can do, because I want to help. Obviously, for the whole sport, but I want to get some more girls from New York here on the team as well. So whatever we can do to kind of help get things going here, reach out to me and I can help however I can as well. But yeah. So
pivot back to program. What is your overall vision, say 5 years from now? Where do you expect, or where would you want Elmira Women's Wrestling to be?
Yeah, I think honestly the sky is the limit. When I don't know if I'm going to say like I want to be national champs in 5 years. I mean, that would be incredible. My goal is I want to get a full team. I want to have a bunch of wrestlers here that love the sport. They're working hard. I want my retention rate as high as possible. I want my student athletes to come here and graduate and get a great education and go on and be successful. I was the first person in my family to ever go to college and graduate, and I know how many doors that opens up. So my number one goal is making sure that happens. So bringing a bunch of wrestlers in here, making sure they're successful, they go on, they graduate, and then being competitive. You know what I mean? I'm a super competitive guy. I hate to lose, you know what I mean? Obviously, but so we want to go out in there and be super competitive, obviously. And I think with some of the girls that we have coming in here next year, and potentially others that are coming, that's definitely a possibility. But yeah, number one is I want to bring in a bunch of wrestlers. I want to be successful. I want to go on to be, you know, even more successful after they leave here. But yeah, you know, honestly, I think the sky's the limit with some of these things, and it's a great time to be in. I think we're in here pretty early in the process. Obviously, there's a lot of teams that have been here before us, but I think there's going to be more coming, right? So we're still in here pretty early in this process, and we can kind of get things going and be successful pretty quick.
Yeah. So now the way women's wrestling in college kind of works right now, there's kind of two national championships, right?
Mm-hmm.
The NCWWCs, and then you also have the NAIAs.
Yep.
You guys will be in the National Collegiate Women's Wrestling Championships, right? That's what you guys.
Yep.
Are you guys gonna be eligible for that? Say COVID protocols or stuff. Are you eligible for that next year?
Yeah, next year we're good to go as far as I know, as long as nothing crazy happens with COVID or anything like that. But yeah, we're good to go with that. I think we were put into the Northeast region. So there's some schools from Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, this kind of Northeast region. So yeah, we're really excited for that. You know, I know we watched it. You know, the girls that are here right now, we all watched the tournament together, and they're excited. They're like, "Holy smokes, we can't wait to get going!" So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I watched a little bit of it too. Local girl Cheyenne Sissenstein from Section 4. I watched her wrestle. She looks freaking great.
No, there was a bunch of tough New York girls that were doing really well out there. The whole tournament was awesome to see. It was ran great, and yeah, we can't wait to be a part of it. So we're excited.
All right, so we're gonna pivot back. We're gonna little casual questions here, to kind of wrap us up a little bit, right? Little stuff. What was your favorite post weigh-in food?
My favorite post weigh-in food was I had this crazy drink. I think it was like a Gatorade concoction. I don't know. My dad bought it at like one of the stores, and it was like orange, and it was a mix, and it had like Gatorade and electrolytes and stuff in it. And that was my favorite thing. You just drink that down. I had some friends that would eat like, you know, whatever they couldn't eat that week. They'd have like, I would see them eat like cake and a Mountain Dew after weigh-in. I was never that guy that did that stuff. But yeah, I kept it super simple on days of competition. I had, you know, that Gatorade mix and like peanut butter and jelly, and then maybe like a protein bar. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But the liquids was a big one. I couldn't wait to get in me.
Yeah, no, liquids was definitely my go-to. I had a story about one of my old athletes. His name's Noah Carpenter. He never really cut weight, but he'd always pretended he cut weight. So he would always chug like a Gatorade after weigh-ins, right?
Yeah.
And then finally he started to cut weight his senior year, like actually cut weight. And he did that. And the first time he did it, and then he just puked it all up right after his match. It just came out. Oh, it was awful.
Oh
and
no!
Tough. He did never actually cut weight until then, and then he realized maybe Gatorade's not the best option, right? And it wasn't like a concoction; it was straight Gatorade.
Right. Yeah, this was just a little bit of Gatorade, mostly water, but yeah, no. If you chug it, then you can feel like splashing around in your stomach, and but yeah, no. I've had some friends, really good wrestlers too, but they would put in literally like, oh man, my family had cupcakes last night. Like I couldn't eat it, so I saved one for after weigh-ins, and I was like, "You crazy man!" But
that was terrible.
yeah. Hey, they were successful, but yeah, I was never that way. But
yeah. All right. So what kind of hobbies do you have outside of wrestling?
I love fly fishing. I'm super excited for trout season starts here April 1st. I hear a lot of good things about some of these streams up here, so I love fly fishing. I love hiking. Hanging out with my fiance and my dog. I got a Siberian Husky. Try to go hiking. Stay outside as much as we can. I like archery. I like shooting the bow. That's fun. Just trying to keep busy and stay outside. I like challenge myself with new things that I think it's important. So
absolutely. All right. So what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Kind of cliche. I just watched watch it a lot, but I just watched it again like last week. Vision Quest is just like an absolute classic. I think a lot of people probably say that they're wrestlers, but it's a great one.
Yeah.
Favorite like non-wrestling movie. Remember the Titans is a great one.
That's a great one.
I like sports movies. Friday Night Lights is another good one. It'd be tough to pin down one, but yeah, those are probably my top 3 up there, I'd say.
All right.
What about you?
I'm a nerd, dude. I love Avengers and Star Wars. Right. My dog's name is R2. Like,
okay,
I'm a huge nerd, man. All those nerdy movies is me.
Nice. Yeah, one of my buddies loves those. He was telling me about like the new Justice League movie or something that's coming out.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it's like 3.5 hours long. Like,
holy smokes!
It's long because it's all the deleted stuff and all unedited stuff that they did before the director left. And
okay.
One movie now, so it's so long.
Nice.
All right, so favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show probably gotta be Game of Thrones.
Oh,
That's one of my favorites. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that one. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending, but yeah, it's a great
not many people. They definitely rushed it. They rushed it.
Yeah.
Sure. But favorite athlete competing now.
Spencer Lee. I think after watching this NCAA finals, watching his post interview, he fires me up. I love him. Derek Jeter would have been like my next one, but he's retired obviously now.
Well, that was my next one. My next one's your favorite one growing up. Favorite athlete growing up.
Oh, favorite athlete growing up was going to be Derek Jeter. I just loved the way he played the game. Always showed up, always took care of business. Just a class act. The captain did an incredible job. Derek Jeter.
Oh, awesome. Good pick. All right. Favorite wrestling match you've ever watched?
Favorite wrestling match you've ever watched? That's a tough one. The Kyle Dake Jordan Burroughs match, I think it was Final X maybe.
The 2017 World Trial Finals.
Yes, that one. I watched that. I'll be like on the elliptical on the treadmill or something, getting a workout in. I just fired that match up.
That whole finals was nuts.
They were incredible. Yeah, they were awesome.
Crazy. We're gonna get the same thing in 2 weeks. I can't wait.
I know. I can't wait. I cannot wait. What about you?
No, I was gonna say that actually the whole 2017 finals, those years, David Taylor, Jaden Cox was a lot of fun that year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those two rivalries are fun. I want to see a Jaden Cox David Taylor match now.
Me too.
Me too. That's one of my most desired matches to see. That's unfortunately probably never going to happen again. But
I know. Yeah, there's so many good matchups coming up here. I'm excited. It's a great time for wrestling here.
Yeah. I'm mad. I was supposed to go to them when they were at State College. I had tickets purchased and everything, and then COVID hit, and they rescheduled it, and now it's in Texas, and I still was going to go.
Texas, right? Yeah, right.
I was still going to go, and then Journeyman had to go and schedule the state tournament for the same weekend as Olympic trials. Yeah.
Are you going to be down there?
Yeah, I'll be down there. Yeah,
I'll see you there.
I've got a few kids. My son's wrestling in the youth one the day before, and then I got 4 kids going down for my club wrestling down there. So
awesome, man!
Cool. Be a busy weekend. All right, last question.
All right,
favorite female wrestler?
Sarah Hildebrandt.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. She wrestles super technical. She does a great job. Yeah, Erin Claude, she was up there in Norwich, and I've met her a bunch, and she's awesome too. So I'm a big fan of her as well. But
yeah. I gotta go. Helen Maroulis is
yeah. You can't.
Favorite,
that's right there as well. So
that's another one of my favorite matches. Helen and Yoshida, man, that was.
Oh, that's a great
2016 Olympic Finals. That was. Yeah. I'll watch that match every day. I don't care. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Whenever I go.
As good as it gets.
Any of my practices, or any of my female girls are ever like, hey, what should I watch? I'm like, Helen Maroulis, Saori Yoshida, go watch it right now. Like, you can stop out of practice if you've never seen it before and go watch it, because it was so powerful, so much fun to watch that match.
Yeah, absolutely.
My other favorite is definitely Victoria Anthony. She is so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Absolutely. She's tough, man. She's super tough.
Yeah, I think that's all I got from you. You got anything else?
Yeah, if you're interested in wrestling for Elmira College, come to Soaring Eagle, being a part of history. Shoot me a message on Instagram, email me at cgriswold@elmira.com, or look us up, elmira.edu. We'd love to have you. We got an incredible facility. We got a standalone wrestling building. We got 3 wrestling mats in there, wall to wall. Incredible strength conditioning facility. 2 stories covered in turf. All the strength conditioning stuff you could think of. I think
I need a tour of this place. I live in Elmira and I've never seen this stuff.
Yeah, come on by, man. We'd love to, I don't know if we can have visitors really right now, but we'd love to have you soon. But yeah, we got an incredible facility. I think our facilities and stuff stand up with the top colleges around. So if you're interested, reach out. We'd love to talk. So
perfect, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me on, and keep up the good work. This is awesome stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Peace out.
Later.
Hey, you like the video? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment down below, interact with us on social media. Those are linked in the bio down below. Thanks for watching. Peace out.